What I learned from chapter 9 and 10 and the self-assessments was that I struggle to understand and communicate my emotions, but I'm better at understanding and communicating with others about their emotions. For example, I can easily talk to somebody about how they're feeling, and I easily understand them, and I'm able to communicate and agree how I would feel too if I were in their situation. But when it comes to my emotions and how I feel, I always struggle. Since I was little, I've always struggled with it. I've never been able to fully grasp the words that I want to say at the moment when the situation is happening, and I typically just end up crying because I get so frustrated that I don't know how to communicate my emotions, that I just get very upset, and I feel like they don't understand me or whoever I'm talking to, and it just makes me more upset. But in reality, I do know that it's also my fault for not being able to communicate my emotions properly. For the second self-assessment, I mainly got scores that showed that the person I chose to think about has good communication skills about the friendship or relationship, except for a couple questions that were talking about them discussing their emotions and how they feel sometimes. The person I chose was my boyfriend, and I know that it's common for men to not try to show their emotions when they're upset, when things happen. Not just, I mean as in like anything could happen, not specifically something like a fight or something. I mean in general. And I know that my boyfriend has a hard time, even when, for example, something happening to a family member or something around there. I know that he struggles and has a hard time opening up until a bit later, a couple minutes after. And I know that I have to make him feel safe and all of these other things for him in order to even start communicating his emotions. But if I don't do any of that, I know that he would simply not really talk about anything that he's feeling and just act like everything is fine. But for the rest of the self-assessments, the results were good communication skills.